Welcome to another episode of Uncle B and Top G. And today we're going to find out what it takes to be a brokey. We're going to take a brokey test. Actually, Uncle B is going to take a brokey test. Are you a brokey? Take this test and find out. Post your score in the comment section below. Ready?
I'm ready, my friend.
Okay, so the scoring works as follows. There are 15 questions. If you score between 0 and 3 points, you're top G potential. If you score between 4 and 7 points, your brokey symptoms are beginning to be detected. If you score between 8 and 12 points, you're a certified brokey.
Certificate, everything.
Certificate framed, the whole two.
We issue it, okay?
If you score between 13 and 15 points, you're an elite brokey.
And we can have a gold star. Brokey
Gold
gold
star.
star on your forehead. Amazing.
You're like one of those triathlon runners or triathlon people.
Okay. Okay, got you.
They're confused. They don't know which sport they want to play.
My friend, watch like half a virgin active attack me tonight. Like, hey! Especially those chicks that swim with the big shoulders, my friend.
Okay, so brokey mindset test. And if Uncle Bobby fails, we won't publish.
No, we will. We have to, my friend. No. If I agree to that, then I'm a fucking brokey. Elite level. We publish.
Okay, so if the answers to these questions are yes, it's 1 point.
Okay.
It's 1 point for every question where the answer is yes.
Let's go.
First of all, what do you think the definition is of a brokey?
So many people think it's a monetary value in the account that disqualifies
How rich
you
you
from
are.
how rich you are. If you have money, you're not a brokey. If you currently in your current state where you find yourself now are not financially well, then you're a brokey, which is totally incorrect. For me, the definition of a brokey is somebody with a broken mindset. Off camera, we spoke about a friend of mine from school, or rather an associate from school, whose parents sold a company for many decamillions, and he's an absolute brokey, completely broken mindset. So for me, a brokey is somebody with a broken mindset that finds a problem to every solution, that has a victim card, which is certified. It's gold, and it's one of those that has no limit. So a brokey is a broken mindset rather than someone without financial gain or financial proof.
But a brokey mindset will lead to no money.
Oh, yes, eventually, yes. Sometimes it takes a minute because sometimes a brokey would have inherited a bunch of money from somebody that was not a brokey. And
Quite often that inherited money is part of the problem.
I think so, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
The fact that there was no hardship, there was no problem solving, there was no scratching your hair out your head, trying to figure out how to fix this Rubik's Cube that you've got yourself into. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a test for you.
Let's go.
This is how it works. For a total of 15 points, if you score between 0 and 3, and you can take this test at home, see if you're a brokey, and post in the comments what your score was. Be honest. Are you a brokey or are you not?
And by the way, I think part of your recovery, the prescription will be admitting and saying, okay, I do have a bit of a victim card with me that I carry around. Perhaps that's not very healthy, and that's the reason why I find myself financially where I am and emotionally.
Because financially is a result, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
a
symptom.
downstream result of an upstream bunch of behaviors
100%.
or a mindset.
So whatever you do today, you will reap the reward or pay the price for later on in your life. Yeah.
Okay,
that
so
comes to food, my friend. That is so relevant for food.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I just had to say that. Because Fat Bobby was Fat Bobby a minute ago because I was a brokey in terms of my diet. It was broken.
Exactly. I like the broken bit. So 0 to 3 points, Uncle B.
Okay.
And you have top G potential. Let's answer the question.
Let's go.
Are you a brokey? Is Uncle B a brokey? Question number 1. And you got to honestly answer these questions, and you got to answer them off the cuff. No analysis by paralysis.
Okay.
Do you buy things you can't afford to impress people you don't
No,
like?
No.
Okay. Elsie's keeping score.
Definitely hell no.
Question number 2. Do you believe rich people got lucky and cheated the system?
No. No, my friend.
Some people do. Okay,
No,
so
no, no.
it's
no.
0-0.
Rich
for Uncle
people
B.
become rich because they endure pain over a long fucking period of time.
20-year overnight success.
Yes. And then boom.
That's how it works. 20-year overnight success. Okay, question number 3. Do you complain about money but never track your spending?
No.
No.
I track my spending, my friend, hourly. At the moment, with our budget group on WhatsApp, it's literally, I've shown you this.
I know he does, because
Yes,
Bobby
I've shown
sends
you
me
all
this.
the time. I send you screenshots.
Bobby
I'm like,
sends me the screenshots of, check this, my friend. Like, what the
I've got a 8 million rand problem that I'm facing with 2 million rand. So watch this. Watch this unbroken mindset make apple juice out of these lemons, my friend.
Question number 4. Have you never invested a single cent into yourself or a skill in this year?
Geez, my friend, there's a fixed cost to the amount of money that I spend with mentorship programs as well, which is fixed. It doesn't deviate. It's an expense for me every month. It's been that way for the last 36 months. So I spend on myself all the time.
Okay, so Bobby's got questions 1 to 4, 0 points.
Yeah.
Do you spend more on Uber Eats than on books or tools?
I don't have Uber Eats. My Audible account, you can check, there's 0 free credits. There was fraud committed on my ABSA account. I spoke about it on a couple of our shows on Uber Eats. Now, our account is quite busy, so I receive SMSs and I just glazed. And when I saw Uber Eats, I'm like, who the fuck ordered Uber Eats? Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know how to order Uber Eats. I really don't.
So Bobby has scored 0 out of 5 for a money mindset.
Okay.
What did you score? Right, let's get on to accountability. Question number 6. Do you blame your boss, the government, or the economy for where you are?
No, my friend. No, I
Do
don't.
you?
No.
No. 0 points. Question number 7. Have you been thinking about starting something for more than 6 months and never taken action? No.
I'd rather in 6 months like cry about the F up that I made. But yeah, let's go.
Question number 8. Do you think waking up early is for YouTubers and psychos?
Waking up early is for people that want to beat the people that don't wake up early. That's who it's for, definitely.
Like I said to you earlier on, at quarter to 6 this morning, I was taking a run. And I was, I suppose, not surprised, but maybe surprised at the number of houses that were still dark. Because the sun hadn't risen yet.
And then people wonder why they get beaten all the time, my friend. Because people are running and you have cars. Not car, you have cars. You could just drive, but you choose to run.
I chose to run.
And it's cold.
And it was cold. It wasn't hot this morning. Yeah. So
Okay.
Question 9. When things go wrong, is your first instinct to explain rather than to improve?
Always my fault, my friend. I don't need to explain shit to anyone. I need to figure out where I went wrong.
You get those explainers. I see them all the time in business. When something goes wrong, oh, but these are the reasons. Oh, but those are the reasons, rather than taking accountability.
Yeah. Sales, that's a big thing in sales. So,
It's the market.
yeah, or the Chinese cars or the government or the declines.
It's always someone else's fault.
Yeah.
Question number 10.
Let's go.
Do you talk more than you execute?
So I would like to improve in that area. And unfortunately, I talk more than I execute.
Okay, so Bobby's got his first point on the
Yes.
board. He's
I
got
do.
a 1.
I do. And I'm aware of it, and I'm trying to improve. So rather show people what you've done than tell people what you're about to do. And at the moment, I tell people more of what I'm about to do, and I should rather shut the F up and just fucking do it. So I admit to that. I'll own that.
Okay, next section, time and energy. I think this one you're not going to score a point on. And that is, do you scroll more than you build?
So I don't. I go online to how do I frame this properly? I don't consume, I produce online. So I'll go online, I'll produce something, I'll post it, and then Joe Rogan taught me this. It's a very good concept. It's post and ghost.
Post and ghost. I like that. Post and ghost.
Post and
not
ghost.
doom scroll.
Yeah.
Number 12. This is interesting. Is your screen time higher than your income?
Is my screen time? No, definitely not. My screen time's not higher than my income.
Is your screen time higher than your income? Number 13. Do you skip the gym but never skip your Netflix series?
No. My friend, I will only skip gym. I will only skip gym if my body says to me, today's a rest day. And it's not a 5-day, 2-day, 3-day. I tried everything. When my body says no, then I'll skip the gym. So it's definitely.
And then it's probably not Netflix.
No. So funny enough, a manager that used to work here actually bought me and my wife a TV. I never had a TV in our new house for about a year. And then he came and then he said, you don't have a TV? I said, yes. I've got a big Apple. My friend, my Apple screen at home is it's the size of that thing there. And I don't have a TV, and he invested in a TV for me. So thank you for that. You know who you are.
Question number 14. Do you feel envy instead of inspiration when someone else wins?
The more someone else wins, the more I can learn from that person. I don't feel envy. I'm happy for people to win.
Question number 15. Do you wait for motivation instead of using discipline?
That's a tough one, because I know motivation is actually discipline over a long period of time. So I'll say no.
I spoke to some team members about this the other day. 15, 20 years ago, I was very big into motivating people. And I still am. But the penny dropped more than a decade ago I'm tired of motivating people. I want to hire people that are motivated themselves rather than having to come to work every day and, what's wrong? Are you okay? Not that that's not important, because it's important. Because sometimes people go through stuff and you've got to be there to support them.
Yes, that's different. That's not motivating. Different. It's helping someone through something.
Yes, that's picking them up when they stumble or fall. That's important leadership trait. But if you have to spend your energy every single day motivating people that just get all 14 of these questions wrong that we've just asked, that for me is draining.
2nd of Jan, 2025, I came to work. I had one message. So every first day of the year, I have a message for the sales team. It's different. Every year is different. Market trends will guide me to the messaging of the year or the next 6 months. For example, off camera, we spoke about when AutoTrader introduced price ratings, and I was the dealership that was in the worst off position in the country on the introduction date of price rating. So you shortened my life by a lot.
He keeps
probably
reminding
a decade,
me.
which is fine, which is okay. And I said to them, right, we need to own this. We need to own this, and we need to use this to the best of our ability as a huge advantage. And here's how we do it. And then I took a gamble, and it paid off because we won Dealer of the Year the year after price ratings was introduced. My message for 2025 on your point was the following. I said, I will no longer come here and motivate you and push you. All I'm going to do for the rest of my life, I will never change, is pull people towards me. And how I do that is by showing up, being an example, And the people that like that example, it's not going to be for everyone, will gravitate towards me.
Yeah.
There was a youngster in this room that brought us cappuccinos. And that is the effect of me being an example and pulling people that are like-minded. And since the 2nd of Jan, I have probably lost, I don't count, but double-digit salespeople that I used to motivate all the time. Hey, buddy, vryf jou koppie. You know, come on, let's pick up your socks.
Yeah.
Let's make those calls. Let's make those apps. I don't do that anymore. Come in, you have missed your target because of a lack of these activities, and you are not improving. We have to move on. This is not a good environment for you. It is toxic for you. For me, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Because we're kicking ass.
Yeah.
But for you, it's toxic because the expectation is a lot higher than your threshold. So we need to move on. So pulling people rather than pushing people is my new motto.
Exactly the same thing happened in Auto Trader not so long ago. As you know, we've got a sales team, and this one human, hell of a nice person, couldn't find a nicer person on the planet, but just couldn't achieve their target. Couldn't. And so one of our sales managers sat down and said, frankly, are you sure sales is for you?
It's a very honest question.
Are you sure? This person, after a couple of days, came to their own conclusion that sales was not for them. They needed to go do something else.
Hats off.
Hats off to that person. I've got so much respect for him, because
That's brave.
it's brave, because he would have crashed and burnt
Yeah.
under the pressure of sales.
Yeah.
Sales is a difficult place.
Very.
Difficult place. So, LZ, we've had 15 questions. How many points did Bobby scored? 1 point. Top G potential.
My friend, when's the Bugatti coming, my friend? When's the Bugatti coming? I know which color I want. Black on black with drug dealer tint, my friend.
Well, I suppose that brings us to the other part in business, is if you're not a brokie, if you've answered, if you've got less than 3 points on the board over those 15 questions, and you don't have a brokie mindset, but you're also in a business and you're not an entrepreneur,
Yes.
what kind of a mindset should you have?
Okay. It's a passionate topic. The difference between an entrepreneur and an intrapreneur.
So the ones with the E, the other ones with the I. Intrapreneur.
Yeah. So intrapreneur, this was such a kick-ass explanation. Is someone that works in a business as hard as the founder, works as long hours as the founder, puts in as much effort, but did not take the initial risk, whether it's capital, whether it's putting your house as security, whether it's raising money from investors, did not take the risk. However, works as hard. And that then ultimately, once you are self-aware, can make you the best number 2 in the world. And if switched roles, if you're wired this way, will make you the worst number 1 in the world. So knowing where your value lies and understanding, okay, I work at this company. How can I make myself absolutely irreplaceable in this company? How can I go to bed?
Indispensable.
Indispensable, undeniable. And the only way to do that is to match the work ethic, the effort, and the time. And keep on improving, because sometimes, and this is, man, I've seen this happen many times with managers around me. A rocket, well, until Elon Musk came with those reusable ones, but conventionally you have the 2 booster rockets that launch up in the air and they sort of fall off and they go and dive into the ocean, and they get retrieved. So you can put in a lot of effort. You can put in the work. You can get the results. But if you're not improving all the time, then you sort of stagnate and you fall off. So
Yeah.
that's also important. The moment you stop improving at least as quickly as the entrepreneur. Ideally, you want to improve, you want to bring new ideas and new things to the table and help execute. But the moment you stop doing that, they go down, back to zero. So yeah.
So mindset is what you're talking about, because entrepreneurs are visionaries. Sometimes not great at execution, and that's where the intrapreneur comes in.
Yes.
Is if you're an entrepreneur, you'll be able to come up with a kick-ass idea,
Yes.
kick-ass product, but you need people around you that can execute on various areas that maybe as an entrepreneur you can't execute on. So the two working together, like you say, number one and number two, is important, because entrepreneurs, as visionaries, can create value out of the chaos in the world, solve a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's what an entrepreneur does. He solves or she solves a problem. An intrapreneur creates scale within an existing system. So, for instance, you've created a system in Mit-Mak.
Yes.
That system has processes, has procedures, has targets, has certain numbers you have to achieve. You have a funnel that you work with. All those systems you created as the entrepreneur.
Yes.
But your intrapreneurs are the ones who create the success within that system.
As important.
And brokies do none of the two.
Yes. Brokies complain about their managers, my friend, and working hours and the government and all sorts of other creative stuff.
So let's talk about risk and reward.
Yes.
Intrapreneurs versus entrepreneurs. What do entrepreneurs risk?
All on the line. Everything.
Everything's on the line. Reputation, sleep,
Yeah.
capital,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But they get most of the upside
Yes.
because of that.
Yes.
What do intrapreneurs risk?
Time.
Time.
Which is very valuable.
Yeah.
So you could potentially work at a company 5 years, 10 years, and have nothing to show for it. So you risk time.
Uh-huh.
But I think if you're a serious entrepreneur, you will see the leaks and you will cover your six all the time. If you're smart, you'll cover
You'll
your
cover
six.
your six all the time.
And you'll make yourself irreplaceable, undeniable constantly if you evolve. I think time is in my opinion, the biggest risk for entrepreneurs.
And you take a risk on security,
Yes,
because
sure.
you could get fired tomorrow.
Yes.
Whereas
But
the
that
only
goes to
thing-
covering your six, right?
Yes, you got to cover your six.
Yeah.
You got to outwork
Yes.
everyone in that business.
Yes.
But what's the delta? What's the difference between intrapreneur and entrepreneur? In my opinion, the delta is the kind of stress that you're willing to put up with.
Yeah.
Because an entrepreneur goes through an inordinate amount of stress,
All the time.
whereas the intrapreneur, his stress is only losing his job.
Yeah.
There's no capital involved. There's none of that involved.
And that's the hard part, right? Because if on paper being an entrepreneur it's romantic.
It is.
You come
And you
in.
don't necessarily in the early days earn
No.
the money.
No.
As an entrepreneur, you could probably make more money
And then the entrepreneur.
than the entrepreneur.
Yeah, 100% for the longest time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Like some of the salaries that we pay to the managers, I'm like, holy shit. Well done. Well done.
And you get that from day one.
Yes.
Whereas in the beginning, as an entrepreneur, you pay yourself last.
Yes. So for the first 10 years, this company banked less money, a lot less money than the top 5 managers earn in our company today.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a scary thought. Yeah, a lot less.
And you paid yourself last if you paid yourself.
When there was a bit to spare.
Yes. No Netflix.
Yeah, no Netflix. My friend, when last did you watch Netflix?
I think 2 weekends ago.
Okay. I'm going to introduce you and to everybody that hasn't seen it because it's so appropriate. I keep telling Elsie, and I know she hasn't watched an episode. Have you watched an episode? You haven't. So everyone that I speak to,
I watched that the Old Guard, the second movie
with
Charlize Theron.
With Charlize Theron.
Yes, that's what I watched last.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to introduce you to, and it's not on Netflix, it's on Showmax. It is probably, for me, I will make this a company non-negotiable for the sales team. Okay, so it's a PG-18 and above because there's some like weird scenes in there. But the show is called Ballers. It is
Football.
So the main character is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he's not on steroids at all. All veiny and like tree trunk arms, not on steroids. And it is written and produced by Mark Wahlberg, who I've got like the most admiration for. I love Marky Mark. It is probably the best thing that you can watch if you're in sales or in any sort of business where shit breaks. It's a must. Very good.
Called Ballers.
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 Yes, Ballers.
Ballers.
Very old show. So I think it's probably like 10 years old. And I only found it like 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Ballers. I'm going to go and watch that.
Binge watch that thing.
Is it a series?
It's a series. It is fucking good. It's good.
So in the same vein, brokey, entrepreneur. I think it's captured in the following kind of line: is are you a king or are you a general?
Are you a king or are you a general?
Because the entrepreneur is a king. Because he builds a kingdom, but first fights alone. Whereas when you're a general, an entrepreneur, you rise to power through loyalty, strategy, and on the battlefield in someone else's kingdom.
Yes, my friend, yeah. The fighting alone part that's the lonely part, right?
It's lonely.
That's the lonely part.
They say it's lonely at the top.
I think as an entrepreneur, you most of the time have information that only you are privy to.
Yeah.
So the level of stress, and for me, Gary Vee said this, a sign of a true leader is how that leader dilutes pressure. So how that leader goes from, we have tremendous financial pressure, but it's at a 10 for me, and I will only give you a 2 out of 10. Because if I pass the 10 to a 10, then you're not a leader. You're a victim. You know, we can't pay our shit. You lead, bro. You led us to this point. You have to dilute the pressure, but also not carry it on your own, because then you'll die. Out of, like, your heart will stop. But I think if you take a 10 and you are able to pass it down as a 5, that everybody around you feels that there's pressure, and you've done a good enough job selecting your entrepreneurs, it makes the fight a bit easier, I think.
So I've got another question for you. How much money, there's a simple calculation. How much money do you need to retire?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I'm 40 years young.
So there's a formula that is pretty well known. It's not, I didn't come up with this formula. And it gives you a mathematical calculation at any age. You could be 25, you could be 65.
That's interesting.
And the formula is exactly the same.
Hopefully you getting this formula at 25 and not at 65.
If you're getting this formula at 25, if you're 25 right now and you don't take this on board, you're a brokey. Think about that. So the formula goes as follows. It's quite simple. Your annual expenses, okay?
Fixed expenses. Food,
rent, transport expenses, your fixed expenses, your annual expenses, multiplied by 25.
Multiplied by 25. Okay.
So if your annual expense is 500,000 Rand a year.
Okay.
Let's say that's rent. We did the calculations earlier on. We came up with just on 400,000 Rand a year.
Yeah, if your rent is 15 and food and
is,
entertainment and all that other stuff.
We came up with about 400,000 Rand a year. You need 25 times that in order to retire.
And never work again.
So if we use a round number of 500,000 Rand, multiplied by 25, will get you to
12.5 million. What is
12.5 million Rand.
12.5 million Rand.
Okay. So at 12.5 million Rand, and if you maintain the spending of 500,000 Rand a year, the return on your capital of 12.5 million Rand will never deplete.
Interesting. And you can maintain your lifestyle.
And you can maintain your lifestyle.
Without working.
And then we calculated, well, what does it take to get to 12.5 million Rand? How long does it take you to get there?
Interesting.
And how old? If you started at the age of 25.
And you're committed.
And you're committed. You've got to
That's your
commit to
goal.
this. You can't go buy M4s unless you buy from Bobby.
And it's within your income bracket.
It's within the 500,000 Rand.
Yes.
If you start this at the age of 25, you could get to 12.5 million Rand within 10 to 15 years.
So at 40 you can retire.
At 40 you can tap out, never have to work again.
Which makes it interesting because then you don't have to work, but what if you want to work? How does that grow?
Then life gets interesting. But most people get to the age of 40 and they've employed none of these things.
Yo.
And it just proves you don't need that much money if you're young in order to get to early retirement.
Just how you
It's discipline.
Just how you discipline yourself. Yeah. How much late gratification do you welcome in your life? How long can you last before you pull the trigger on that fancy car, that fancy house, or whatever it is? Like, can you wait a minute?
Are you spending ahead of your income curve, or are you spending behind your income curve? And if you're spending behind your income curve, what kind of a gap can you create? Because that's now 12.5 million Rand sounds like a lot of money.
It is.
It is a lot of money if you're trying to get it in 12 months.
Yeah.
But if you get it in 10 to 15 years and you're young, it's achievable for most salary earners.
If you're not a brokey.
If you're not a brokie. If you listen to the beginning of this podcast,
Yeah, go back to the beginning. Take the test again.
Go take the test.
But by the way, if you answer truthfully and you are a brokey, that's amazing.
It's an opportunity.
That's the best place to be, because now you've seen your leaks. How do I fix them? Well, it's an easy fix. Just whatever I've been doing, do the exact opposite thing,
Yes.
right? Just don't do that. Or do less of and do more of the other stuff.
Exactly. Because brokey is a mindset. And you're never going to get to that financial freedom if you have a brokey mindset.
Last topic.
Go for it.
So, Els asked you a question earlier. What motivates you to run that time of the morning when everybody, by the way, Mr. George, Top G, owns cars, so he doesn't need to run at 5:30 in the cold while the rest of the people are still snoozing. What motivates you? Like, how are you wired? And I had this explained to me long ago, and when I showed you the four factors and you said to me, what motivates you? And I pointed it.
What are those 4 factors again?
So first one is lifestyle. So I always use Ed's. He's very comfortable me using his name, and he doesn't care. He's purely lifestyle at this stage of his life. So
I think all youngsters are lifestyle driven.
Yeah, especially coming.
So if you're still lifestyle driven in your mid-40s, you haven't grown up.
Yeah, but especially also coming from if you come from a bit of an underprivileged background, South Africa, he grew up in Attridgeville, which is not an affluent area. It's not there's no, at least from what I know, there's no 10 million Rand houses that you can go and at least look at and be inspired by and say, wow, this is a kick-ass. I would like to live in a house that there isn't that. So the moment you start making money, lifestyle drives you, because you've always seen that one cousin or that one uncle or that one guy that comes into Attridgeville with an M4 and you want an M4. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
And Gucci shoes or Louis Vuitton shoes. So speaking that lifestyle language,
Yeah.
I know he's here before me at work. He just,
But lifestyle drives him.
and that's how I drive him. Lifestyle. LV. When he makes a post, going with his friends to the LV store in Sandton, it's like a movie for me.
It's like an event.
Yeah. So when I see he posts a new purchase, because I've judging from the past purchase, I'm like, fuck, get the popcorn, boy. And I check, I'm like, it's 5 minutes long. Yes, let's have a look what's happening. Walk in, salesman greets him, sits down. I've never even been inside an LV store, have you?
No, never.
So me and you must go, my friend. We'll buy a belt.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, we just buy a belt. Then we also part of the LV community. Mind you, a belt is like cuck expensive, probably. I don't know. So walks in on the iPad, champagne gets brought to you. It's like a movie. I'm motivated. I'm like, shit, this is kick-ass. That drives him.
Yeah.
It's lekker. So that motivation can be used on someone that is focused on advancement. So that's the second part. The advancement part is, I use Nos. Nos is our manager at Mit-Mak 2 and 3. He came in as a cadet, not really interested. Hey, Els, not a lifestyle guy. He stays in a nice house, so that he's still young, so there is always that component. It's not you're only driven by lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed's still moved out of there. He's got properties that he's renting out, so it's not only LV shoes. He's smart. But an advancement person, Nas always wanted to be a manager. Like, why?
So lifestyle, then advancement.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, why do you want to be a manager? Well, I can do it better. I'm like, better than me? Yes. I'm like, okay. Which part? This part. Like, you always speak of you are seasick on spreadsheets. Still am. Like, 2 minutes is enough, bro. I'm like, shit, my eyes. Let me go outside and talk to a customer. Advancement. So, Nas, here's how you become a manager. You need to hit your target for the following X amount of months, and you need to help people hit their targets where your direct input was the result of that person closing the deal. And you need to prove it to me. So now he's running around helping people close deals because he can do it better. Show me. Don't tell me, show me. Okay, so that drives the F out of him. He wears Fallies.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw him just now.
couple of $100 shoes. There's
Fallies
no
aren't
LV.
a couple of $100.
Yes. Well, whatever they cost today. I
But
don't
they're
know.
not LVs.
They're not LVs. So advancement. So when I speak that advancement, how did you structure this deal? Or I'll call him. I'll say, Nas, check this out. Customer didn't want to sign. But I saw you posted it. I'm like, yeah, do you know how I did it? How did you do it? Go get me a coffee. I'll tell you when you come back. That level of anticipation of an advancement person, it's fucking
Because they want to learn.
crazy. Yes. So LVs don't drive him. Being a manager and getting his team to target drives him. Giving him a financial, you need to give me X amount of money this month, then you can walk on the water the level of manager that you are. And then I let him go. Go. Boom, advancement. Then madness.
So level 3, madness.
Level 3 madness. So takes one to know one. Madness is a competitor, a true competitor, that I track my West Bank production against other dealers. How I get that information, no one knows. So a madness person, the information will come on my screen. And if there's a dealership in our vicinity that's ahead of me on that particular day of the month, my friend, you can put 3 Bugattis outside and say, Bobby, go and drive these for the rest of. I'm not fucking interested. I want to kill those people. I want to be ahead. Madness. No one can beat me because I've got a complex and that's how I'm wired and I wish I wasn't, but I can't sleep.
That's why I was awake at 5:45 in the street.
And that's why I said it takes one to know one. and that's just how I drive the madness guys around me. I'll go to Clayton, who's a madness person, and I'll say to him, is Eugene really better than you, or does he manage his time better than you? Like that guy starts to change color. He's like, he's a colored man, and then he's yellow.
So they're driven by competition.
Competition. He's like, hoe bedoel je nou? So I'm just asking you a question, but I'm not fighting. Please, like, peace. I know you're colored and you're dangerous and you've got peace. I'm just asking, is he better than you, or does he manage his time better than you? He's ahead of him this month. And Eugene has killed him the last 4 months in a row. Madness person. Now that I know you're madness, now that's the love language. That's the messages that you get from me. That's the content on your phone that you get. I think you'll enjoy this. And then I'll send him a strong Andrew Tate video. Boom. And then he's like, he writes a paragraph on analyzing this. I don't even read it because my job is done. I'm motivated your ass, you go. And then the last one is legacy. Legacy. So legacy is...
You want your stamp.
You've got a lot of legacy in you that I see. You are the person that transformed a book this thick. How thick was that book, my friend? What do we have here? That's probably...
It was almost that thick.
Okay. You did this, which was printed every single week. Was it Thursdays?
Every Thursday, 5 a.m., 100,000 magazines were sold. We delivered more than 100,000 magazines to 5,500 retailers.
Okay. And here's the legacy. Boom. Online business. Number one platform. Number one in the world. You just, again, last week you innovated, brought out a new website, improved on the old one, which was hard to do because it was the market leader. Like, why would you even change something? That's my first question. When I saw it, I'm like, why? Why? You are growing double digits every month, like month on month for years. Why would you fix something that's not broken? It's because of your legacy. Because if
in 6 months it might be broken.
If it should break in 6 months, it's already been fixed.
Yeah.
Or if someone catches up and I'm no longer double digits ahead, the legacy part is I've already fixed the next 5 upcoming problems. Let me see, how far this will go.
PBD said it, your next 5 moves.
Yes, exactly.
What is your next 5 moves?
Yeah, and that's one of 15 that you have in your bag.
Yeah.
That we've seen. The others are still coming. So that's legacy. And then how do you speak to a legacy person? We've got a legacy person in our company, and it's because of her that there's no wet signatures on a contract. Did you know that?
No.
In South Africa, there's no wet signature when purchasing a vehicle because of the legacy person in our finance department. She said, I refuse. So I refuse. And for the rest of time, she was the reason. Eventually, I think it would have happened.
Yeah.
The pressure was there, but nobody figured out how to make it happen. And she did. Yeah. Legacy. So she couldn't care less about LVs, like whatever. Drives a Jimny. Can afford lots of fancy cars, drives a Jimny. But the legacy part is, why do you need a pen when we have the internet?
Yeah.
Boom, solve that problem.
Brilliant. So, lifestyle.
Advancement. Madness. Legacy. Yeah, those are the 4. So what drives you? What motivates you? If you understand those 4 and you put yourself in that category, that's self-talk as well. Like you said, the reason why I'm going to beat everyone is because I'm running when everyone's sleeping. The reason why I wake up at 4 a.m. When I have, resignations happening, people trying to poach, things breaking all the time, lost money on a deal. Man, I don't want to get out of bed at 4 a.m. But I know that everyone else is dealing with the same problems. Everyone is dealing with the same problems. Just who can deal with them more effectively.
And faster.
And because I'm not the smartest or the sharpest tool in the shed, I have to work longer than everyone else. Get your ass out of bed. Let's fucking go.
Love it.
This is how we're going to end it off from now on. Just decided in real time. Don't be a brokie. Be a bro. Share the show.